In sports, winning is supposed to be simple. You score more than the other team. But what about a win where you never actually lead? Today, we're going to break down the anatomy of one of the wildest comebacks you'll ever see, looking at the key plays and the big moments that made it all happen.
So let's just start with the single most unbelievable stat from this entire game: 0. That is how many seconds the Ottawa Senators held a lead before they won. Not a single second in regulation, not in overtime, nothing. So how on earth is that even possible? Well, let's get into it.
Right from the drop of the puck, the Calgary Flames looked like they were the team in charge. They came out absolutely flying, they drew an early penalty, and with that man advantage, they made Ottawa pay for a little bit of early indiscipline.
Now, this goal wasn't some pretty snipe. It was just pure calculated chaos. Look how it develops. You've got a hard, rink-wide pass coming across, and Dylan Cozens, he does the right thing. He drops down to block it. But in a moment of just terrible luck, the puck hits his shin pads, it changes direction completely, and it just kind of flutters up and over the goalie's glove. For a goalie, that's an impossible save. You're ready for a shot down low, and suddenly the thing is airborne. Just a brutal break for the Sens and a perfect start for Calgary.
So just as it looks like Calgary is about to take complete control of the game, still on that very same power play, Ottawa answers in the most improbable way you can imagine, shorthanded. This is the moment, right here, where the entire story of this game just starts to flip on its head. This entire scoring chance is created by just an incredible individual play from Shane Pinto. And this quote, it just nails it. He shows incredible hockey IQ and just pure raw strength. Pinto reads the play perfectly, he stops up, and he uses his body to completely wall off a star player in Jonathan Huberdeau. He steals the puck and boom, instantly turns a defensive stop into a 2-on-1 going the other way. And this is why this goal was such a massive momentum killer for Calgary. It wasn't just any goal, it was a total statistical anomaly. It was Ottawa's first shorthanded goal of the entire season. And for the guy who scored it, Lars Eller, it was his first one in over 2 years. I mean, answering a power play goal with a shorty is one of the biggest gut punches in hockey, and just like that, we've got a tie game.
So with the game all knotted up at 1, things really tightened up. The second period became this tactical chess match, really, with both teams just trading blows. Calgary, they managed to break the deadlock first, but Ottawa, as was the theme in this game, found a way to claw right back.
The contrast in how these next 2 goals were scored to get us to 2-2 is just fascinating. Calgary's go-ahead goal, it's a greasy one. A chaotic scramble where the Ottawa goalie is sure he's got the puck frozen, but it's just sitting there loose for an easy tap-in. Pure mayhem. Ottawa's equalizer, on the other hand, is just textbook offense. A perfect screen completely takes away the goalie's eyes, the shot from the point gets through traffic, and Artem Zub ties it up. 2 goals, 2 completely different ways of thinking about offense.
All right, now we're heading into the final minutes of regulation. The game is tied. The pressure is cranked all the way up. Every single mistake is magnified, and you can just feel it in the building. One single play is about to decide this thing. And who else but the veteran Nazem Kadri, playing in his 997th career game, who scores what looks for all the world to be the game winner. It comes off a really costly turnover by Ottawa's Jake Sanderson, who gets caught trying to force a play that isn't there. Calgary instantly pounces on it, they transition to a 3-on-2 rush, and Kadri, he makes no mistake. With just over 5 minutes left to play, that feels like the dagger.
But look at this timeline. This is the ultimate redemption story right here. With less than 3 minutes left on the clock, who scores the tying goal for Ottawa? None other than Jake Sanderson. The very same player whose mistake led to the go-ahead goal, he jumps up into the rush, takes a beautiful pass, and fires it home. He completely atones for his earlier error and sends this unbelievable game to overtime. So, a frantic overtime period solves absolutely nothing. And after all that back and forth, all that drama, it all comes down to a pure test of skill and nerve, the shootout. 1 goalie, 1 shooter, with the game on the line.
Okay, so here's how it all went down. Calgary's up first. Justin Kirkland makes a great move. He beats the goalie clean and hits the post. Ugh, just agony for the Flames. Then Ottawa's young superstar Tim Stutzle, he cruises in, sells this gorgeous deke that absolutely freezes the goalie and just slides it in. Advantage Ottawa. When the final Flames shooter, Morgan Frost, gets stopped, that's it. The Senators finally get to celebrate a win they fought for all night long.
And that brings us all the way back to that incredible stat from the very beginning. The Ottawa Senators won a hockey game they never, ever led. They were constantly playing from behind,
battling back from 1-0, 2-1, and 3-2 deficits. They just flat out refused to quit, and that persistence finally paid off in the shootout.
And that really leaves us with a fascinating question to think about, right? What really defines a great win in sports? Is it that flawless wire-to-wire domination where a team is just never even challenged? Or is it the kind of grit and determination we saw here to take every single punch, get knocked down 3 separate times, and still find a way to be the last one standing? Definitely something to chew on.